Those eyes. That's where the trouble started. That's right. It's Batman BrickHeadz #1. Don't know the set number off the top of my head. I do have one of these sealed, I believe, but for now I have this one to show off to you. Those eyes glow really well. I don't know if you guys could see that so well, but if you just charge them up with a good UV light, they glow even in the daylight of the bright lights of Hollywood studios. But this is the one it started with. So welcome back, ancient fans of Lego. It's BrickHeadz. Let's look at them all. So #1 here is Batman. A very basic BrickHeadz by a lot of standards. I'm a purist. I'm a BrickHeadz purist in the regards that this is all you need. What about exclusive pieces or prints? The belt was exclusive to him, and he did have this Series 1 print on the base. Now, the bases of Series 1 were smaller, noticeably, than the later series. They'll become bigger as soon as Series 2, I believe, even. There were 4 Lego Batman movie. This is Lego Batman movie, Lego Batman BrickHeadz. This is as redundant as it gets. He does come with an extra Batarang, so you can have him dual wielding. And of course, in the Lego movie, he needs a lot of those. So, as far as special details, the cape is notable because we're going to see a lot of capes throughout BrickHeadz, and this is pretty prototypical of how they'll go. We use a bracket piece to curve so that we can get some detailing on the underside. It does make kind of a weird profile, the way the bracket kind of swoops under his butt just a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal breaker for me. The ears are kind of fun. They go up, and then he has the a slide, some kind of extra piece there that lets the brick come down. And is that technically an illegal connection because the width of the Lego logo being raised would impact that? Well, no, it's not, because they've actually used that modified plate with no studs there. So although it gets as close as it could to the place where studs should be, it avoids an illegal building technique, at least there. I don't think there's anything else terribly illegal in it. If we care to take them apart to try and peek at the brain, I think is a fun thing that's, I'd say, prototypical of a lot of BrickHeadz. And if you're not familiar with BrickHeadz, this is going to look weird, but we're pulling out to see that there is a pink 2x2 brick in there that's usually referred to as the brain. Other BrickHeadz will have different variations on that to represent a brain for the specific character they're building, perhaps. So watch for that in a real BrickHeadz review. We'll have did that go vertical or horizontal? Let's go horizontal. There should also be a spine. Yep. And we got that. Let's fix that now because we're here. He has a Batman logo. How did I mess that up? I don't know. Anyways, that's pretty prototypical. You've got a spine that's usually bright colors, not always red or white or anything like you might expect. It can be very different colors. And then you'll also have a brain. And those are the two kind of quintessential features for a BrickHeadz. The other thing, and #1 here doesn't have it, are the printed eyes with the little twinkle in them. So again, we don't have that on this one, but the eyes on this one are very, very particular because they're a glow-in-the-dark tile. And I think it's weird because is that the first action feature in a BrickHeadz? Is in BrickHeadz #1? Hulk would be number 6 or 7, I think. Would be the next BrickHeadz, I'd say, to have an action feature. And his action feature is that his arms are technically posable. I've done a review of that. Check the card for my Hulk review. I did that so long ago compared to when I'm finally getting around to looking at this #1 Batman. But he holds a very special place in my heart because he does have glow-in-the-dark eyes. I love me some glow-in-the-dark. And we've talked about it before, about Batman. I got a set. I got the hover boat set from the first Lego Batman wave because I never imagined that Lego Batman would continue going year after year. I assumed that it would be something that would be rare, and just the idea of having a Lego theme around a license go on for as long as superheroes have gone on, Star Wars has gone on, etc. is just mind-boggling to what I've been in high school. I don't know how old I was when that first came out. Middle school, high school, Pro Lego Channel was not foreseeing the things that came from this. And honestly, I think that Brickheadz are kind of the worst way to celebrate a long living theme. To reduce it down to a caricature, a Funko Pop of a thing that meant something to someone. You've got Batman, a hero with over 75 years now. Has he been to 100 yet? Years of history. And to reduce him down to a Batman logo and a utility belt print as long and sharing a Brickheadz face and a #1 and an action bubble kind of says a lot. He's so iconic. Things, the first, I'd say the first 25 Brickheadz or so, somewhere in there, don't quote me on that, they're simple. You know who they are. If I covered that, just seeing those ears gives that away. Just seeing the logo, of course, is fine. But any way you see him kind of gives away the character, and something is lost, but the ability to be able to have this figure in my hands and hold it is something gained, and I definitely lost a lot in the trade. Anyways, I've got so many Brickheadz to review, and just let's start knocking some of them out. I've only reviewed 20 to 25 of the Brickheadz in my collection, and I have a well over 100 at this point. So let's talk about that in more videos going forward. If you're not subscribed, this is the time to do it, so that you can see all of the good Brickheadz that we've collected as time went on. Automatic video over here. Subscribe. It's right there on the screen, and then there's an automatic video over there for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to just power through all of these Brickheadz.